Do you have $15,000 burning a hole in your pocket? Well, in today's video, I have two of the biggest industry's flagship bicycles that we're gonna pin against each other to figure out which one is a better bang for the buck. So over here, we have the 2024 Specialized Tarmac SL8, one of the lightest bicycles on the market. And then over here, we have the brand new 2024 BMC TeamMachine R that just got released. There's their flagship aero bicycle paired and teamed up with Red Bull to make it one of the fastest bikes in the market. My name is GC Performance, and hopefully you guys enjoy this video where we pair the top of the line bicycles against each other and figure out what is the fastest bicycle for the money. Everything about these bicycles I set up to be exactly the same. It's the exact same group set with the exact same chainring, the exact same cassette, and the exact same pedals and geometries. The only thing different is gonna be what these companies do differently to pair them against each other. For example, the TeamMachine R comes out with a patented 36cm bar where they want to put you in a race position, whereas the Tarmac SL8 is renowned by the Tour magazine, basically saying that it's one of the most lightest and fastest bikes on the market. But we'll be testing each bicycle, 215 watts in the hoods, and I'll be holding it for 5 miles to see which results are better. Tire pressure for this test, front and rear on both bicycles, are going to be 85 PSI. Now there are some differences as well. You can see the BMC TeamMachine has 62mm wheels, whereas Tarmac has their own wheel depth as well. But we're going at this test straightforward and basically saying, if you had 15 grand in your hand and you went into a bicycle store, bought it off the shelf, which bicycle will be faster? So we'll try to figure that out today. So for the Tarmac SL8, the cockpit that this bicycle comes with is their brand new Referral Rapide one-piece barn stem. It's gonna come equipped with a 100mm stem and a 42cm bar, and it's a natural 42 to 42. The wheels on this bicycle are the Referral Rapide CLX. They have a 50mm front wheel and a 60mm rear wheel. They come equipped with Referral hubs, bladed spokes, and inside those Referral hubs are DT Swiss 180 ceramic bearings to kind of give them the slight edge over the competitors. Tires on the bicycle are going to be the Specialized S-Works turbo tires, and they are ran in a 700/26C configuration. And like I mentioned before, they will have a regular butyl tube in there as well, pumped up to 85 PSI. So for the Specialized Tarmac SL8, Specialized came out and put out the brand new Speed Sniffer, which is a pronounced front end, which is going to make the bicycle more aerodynamic. They also changed the front fork to make this a little bit deeper airfoils, again, to add aerodynamics to the bicycle. But then with the complete rear of the bicycle, they made the seat stays on there very tiny, very thin, and way more compliant. The biggest thing on the bicycle that people say is that it is way more comfortable ride than over the old predecessors. For this group set is the SRAM Red Axis group set, which needs no introduction at all. It is a 48/35 tooth chainring, and then the cassette in the rear is going to be a 10/33. And we are going to be using for the test the exact same fork power meter that comes stock on both bikes. And so for the brand new TeamMachine R, they have their own proprietary cockpit that's a one-piece barn stem. It's a 100mm on the stem right here, and it goes to a 36cm on the hoods and flares out to a 42cm on the drops. This bicycle is meant to put you in a racing position, so when you're up in the hoods, you're gonna be a little bit more aerodynamic, and when you're down in the drops, you're gonna have a little bit more leverage for sprinting or for climbing, or whatever high-end speeds you need to do with the bicycle. And for the wheels on the BMC, it's gonna come with the DT Swiss ARC 1100 in a 62mm depth. They are partnered with Swiss Side for the building and aerodynamics of this bicycle, and also come with bladed spokes and very similar to hub, DT Swiss 180 with ceramic bearings inside. And for the tires on the BMC, they come with the Pirelli P0 Race SLs in a 700/26C tire. For the new BMC TeamMachine R frame, it was developed with Red Bull design, where they completely changed and made it an aerodynamic weapon. They completely changed the top tube. They utilized the new UCI rule, the 3:1, to make this head tube area nice and thick. They made the bottom bracket area a very nice aerodynamic area as well. And then for the fork, it's one of the craziest forks you've ever seen for a road bike. It has such a wide stance that almost looks like a mountain bike fork, but there is a reason for this behind it. It is meant for when the wind is going and you are riding on the bicycle to push the wind away from you, to get away from the dirty air, to allow less turbulence and give you a better aerodynamic overall ride on there. The group set on here is exactly the same as the one on the Tarmac S-Works SL8. It is the SRAM Red Axis group set with a 48/35 tooth chainring on there. The only difference is the cassette is a 10/28 instead of a 10/33, but I'll be riding in a similar gear in both of them. We'll be measuring the power output with both the cork power meter, and the crank arm length is a 172.5, just like on the Tarmac as well. So let's go ahead and start this test out. The first bicycle we're gonna be taking out is going to be the BMC TeamMachine R. As you guys saw, this saddle does not come stock on here. I changed this out. That's one less point for the BMC. It came with the Physique Argo. Not a fan of that saddle, so I put my own saddle in there. But everything else will be stock on these bicycles. And if you do spend that $15,000, you will get their own proprietary water bottle cages that come with the bicycle that you do not have to pay extra for, which is always a nice touch. And if you guys are wondering, if you guys want to look like the pros on the camera, like myself, you guys can head over to bicyclegeneration.bike. We have our very own Bicycle Generation and GC Performance kit. They fit very snug, it's like a race fit, so it's pretty true to size. I'm right now rocking an XL and XL, but they have the matching kits. We even have Aero socks on the website, only in limited amounts, but very cool colors, a nice sunburst, jersey pockets in the back, very nice material for the sleeves. We like them a lot. I think they're only like 220 bucks for the pair. So really good deals, and I always run discount codes online. You guys can use GC15 at checkout of the website, and you guys get 15% off the kit. So if you guys like this color and you want to look like the pros, go check it out. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start this test off, and we want to do 215 watts. That's my goal number. So I've been riding a 42 bar for the longest time, and I kind of showed off some bars recently. The EXS, the Referral. And I was always saying to myself, I want to run a thinner bar, I want to run a thinner bar. Once I got on this BMC TeamMachine, the 36 centimeter bar, and I've been riding this bike for about a week now, I don't think I'm ever gonna go back to a regular 42. It feels like I'm riding a mountain bike bar. Yes, there's studies saying that it could be aerodynamic. Obviously, you're taking your arms and making yourself a smaller surface area. But really, it's just way more comfortable. It feels almost in line with what my shoulder width is. So the one thing about true aero bikes, there's always that claim that they are way too stiff, radically stiff. But now with everyone adopting these skinnier seat stays, the drop seat stays, the wider tire pressures, I mean, man, it is super, super compliant. This bicycle right here is very, very compliant for being a full road bike and a full aero bike. We sure don't have climbs here, but man, do we have wind here. And the wind is fucking insane. 3 miles in, 2 more to go. This is hard for me. So I'm gonna shut my mouth and just breathe. Come on, car. Get out of my way. You're in my way. 4 miles. 1 more to go. $320, wow, what a game changer. All right, now we're gonna ride back. I'm gonna get on the Tarmac SL8, and then we're gonna do the same thing again. We'll see which one's the best. So now we're on the S-Works Tarmac SL8. Right off the bat, I want to say this bike feels a little bit more compliant and a little bit more comfy than the BMC. The only thing that I did notice right away was the handlebar width, like I mentioned before. I feel like I'm riding a mountain bike right now. I feel like it's forcing my arms out wider than what they should be. But also, along with the comfort, it feels a little bit more agile, a little bit more twitchy. Probably due to the thinner tubings, the thinner rims, all that good stuff. But overall, between the two bikes, they both feel phenomenal. Like, I would be thrilled to have either or, obviously. So our goal here is 218 watts. I'm gonna do my best, guys. I hope I hit it. Let me shut the hell up and concentrate. Also right now, I'm really trying to keep my wrist from folding in because it's so used to that other position I was riding the BMC. I want to keep both my hands as natural and mainly let the bar position where my hands want to be at. Like I said, anyone can swap out parts and make a bike how they want to. This is again just a test. Stock bike to stock bike. You take this bike home and you ride it as is in the configuration, which is faster. Also, for the record, guys, I did 30 miles yesterday, so my legs feel pretty heavy right now. If you guys have any mean comments about I'm slow, chalk it up to that. If you guys have any really cool comments about how I look good, my haircut looks nice, I look really good in my kit, leave it down below. You know? Hey, you have a nice lower area. You know, that type of stuff. Oh, fuck. I am feeling really good on this bicycle right now. Holy shit. I'm feeling dialed. Cadence feels good. This thing feels money. That's all I can say. So fluid. 1.5 miles ago. About a half a mile to go. Oh, 219, I'll take it. I'll take it. That's so close. That's so close. We had a little bit of mishaps. Some cars pulled out in front of us. We had to work around it, but we got 5 miles. 219 watts, so 1 watt higher. I'm very happy with that. Average speed was 23.2 miles an hour. Average cadence was 93. I will say this, handlebars I prefer on the BMC, but this bike just felt very fluid, super comfortable. I felt really one with the bike and very happy with it. So we'll go ahead and ride back and we'll do our concluding statements. All right, so we just got done with both tests. I rode both the bikes and I want to give you guys my conclusion on the data that we received. But before we go into that, some of the deciding factors between the two bikes, just to give you guys a little hint, the BMC has 62mm deep dish wheels and they are on the heavier side, around 1,600 grams. And the wheels play a huge part in terms of rotating mass, whereas the Revolves over here, I think are right around 1,400 grams. So that's a difference of 200 grams at a point where you want the least amount of weight. So keep that in mind, but other than that, I'm very happy with the results. Starting off with the BMC TeamMachine R, we did 5 miles. We averaged 218 watts. The average speed was 22.3 miles an hour, and the time it took was 13 minutes and 20 seconds, which was great. And then with the Tarmac SL8, which I just got done with, we did 5 miles. Average power was 219 watts. I try to get 218, I'm only human. 219 watts, only 1 watt difference. We averaged 23.2 miles an hour, which is almost a whole mile an hour difference. Hold on. You're gonna have to cut that song out probably. So that's about a mile an hour difference. Now, there is a watt there. I looked up a difference. I'm sure one of you guys know in the comment section. Let me know if you do. But I read somewhere saying that 1 watt is equivalent to 2 miles an hour, I believe. I don't know if that's correct or not, but let me know what you guys think on that. And also, the time it took was 12 minutes and 56 seconds. So a difference of 20 seconds. Now, obviously, you blow that up over the proportion of a lot more miles, let's say 100 miles, you'll get a way different difference in speeds. But at the end of the day, both the bikes performed amazingly well. They were very similar. Like I said while I was riding, I wouldn't mind having either or bikes. This was just a fun test. You have two of the best bikes out there on the market right now that are pinned together, and we tested them and we got pretty good results. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this type of content. I had a blast doing it. Thank you to the videographer, the editor, Mr. Danny over there. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the deep dive analysis for these two tests, where we're going to talk about the results because they are drastic compared to each other for a 5-mile distance. So after I got done with the video and I said the results and I drove home, I was driving to myself, I was thinking, I was like, man, that's a pretty big difference. 1 mile an hour difference. That's crazy. Then I started swinging these results around to a couple of my close buddies, and I told some of them the time, and even that, it's a difference of like 25 seconds in a 5-mile span. Some of these companies claim that they get like 40 seconds over 40 kilometers. So the difference between these two bikes was massive in terms of a 5-mile test. Now, there were some other factors there that I got into it, and I want to be open and discuss these options with you guys and let you guys know what I think might have happened. Right here on this side to the left, this is the BMC. 13 minutes, 20 seconds, 5-mile distance, 218 watt power with an average speed of 22.3 miles an hour and an average cadence of 95 RPM. This was the first bike I rode. This is the first test I did, and this is right. I didn't do really a warm-up. I just basically rode around for a little bit. I wasn't warmed up, but this is my ride right here. Over here, this is a Tarmac SL8. 12 minutes and 56 seconds, so literally 25 seconds faster over 5 miles, which is crazy. And a whole 1 mile an hour faster, pretty much, an average speed with just 1 watt more. I tried my best to be as close as I could to it, but that's what I could do. Average cadence was 93. I'm thinking that the winds must have picked up just a little bit over that time, because not only did I do this, I did this 5 miles north, but then I had to ride back 5 miles again and get behind it, swap out the bike, get all ready, hop on it. So maybe a good solid another 20 minutes passed by, 30 minutes passed by, and maybe picked up the win, because that's a solid amount of time. Another factor could be is that I was using, yes, SRAM Red Quark power meter, but they're two separate power meters on two different bikes. And as much as I like to think that every single power meter will be exactly the same for quality control, I'm sure that your power meter might be different reading than what mine is. So my 219 watts on this one might be pushing me to be around a 23 mile an hour average, if you understand what I'm saying. Not every single power meter is calibrated the same. I did perform both to 0 offset right beforehand, but that's within the realm of one is 218, one is 219. I should have done Referral pedals, the same exact pedals off the bike and put it on the BMC, swapped them, put it on there, because then I would have the same exact variable for both tests. That's on me. And last but not least, is it just that the Tarmac SL8 is faster by 30 or 25 seconds and also a 1 mile an hour difference? I don't know. I will say this. I even said in the video, you can even hear me cussing and saying how much I enjoyed this bicycle. I really did enjoy that bicycle while riding it. Oh, my light cut off. Whatever. Like I said, both bikes were phenomenal. I would enjoy both of them. When I rode the BMC, it was a rocket ship. I even called the rep. I called everyone out there. I was like, yo, this bicycle's it. This is what I love to do. This was my first time on S-Works SL8 for this amount of time, for 5 miles. I was blown away by it. I really did enjoy it, and I thought that was a pinnacle bike, for sure. But is it 1 mile an hour faster? I don't know. I felt fast. If I had to be honest with you, I felt faster on the Tarmac SL8, but by a mile an hour faster. I mean, if you spread that over 25 miles, I mean, like if if you have Specialized going out there and saying that they're a mile an hour faster on average than every other bike out there, that's crazy. They would just be swamping the floor. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sorry about that. This video is mainly just for content because I had access to both these bicycles. I wish the data was more similar. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it, and maybe that is just the results. Let me know what you guys think down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm only one person. I should have maybe done more tests on that day, but that alone took 4 or 5 hours of filming, setting up, getting the equipment, putting a bicycle in the car, finding parking spots, driving back and forth, filming the intros, everything like that. Maybe that's why they have the wind tunnel testing for this type of stuff, is because there's too many variables out there. Like I said, just had so much fun riding both bicycles. I was excited that I got to ride a $15,000 bike and a $14,000 bike and just go at it. And next time I do the test, I'm going to aim for 250 watts because I feel like I could have given more. But let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching this video. And hopefully this video did justice. Like I said, both these bikes, phenomenal. But I am choosing one bicycle that I already chose to go ahead and ride and do my build-up on, which will be very soon, which I'm sure you guys know. But anyways, guys, thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.